Hi. All right. Is anyone interested in doing a recap for inspiration?
I
Fahir
have.
fucked us
That's it. That's the end.
Um,
real bad.
okay. So Sylvie went outside to buy donuts and sunglasses and heard a loud announcement that her mother wants her dead now. And her idea of a disguise was putting on sunglasses and changing her armor to look like Copperson. Um, she brought back foods for everyone. Fahir found the druid, and then we started fighting the druid, and then the Reverend showed up. They both went down real quick. We captured them. Fahir prepared their bodies so that they are still somewhat intact. We tried to leave Sylvie not putting on a disguise. Got caught. There was some arguments, and then we went to the witches. And they ate the Reverend's heart, and then yeah, Fahir betrayed us and brought back the druid to life, and here we are. Did I miss anything?
You got yelled at.
Oh yes, I got yelled at a lot, but that's
A
normal.
lot. But that's pretty much it.
We could have made a better decision, but we didn't because Sylvie is doing whatever Copperson says, and then there are people just following Sylvie. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys.
This is a good decision. I mean, it's this or lose all of our magic and status and power.
I
Yeah.
don't need any of that. I can be a fish. I can
Oh.
swim free in the ocean instead.
Good for you and the fish. I'm a spider, so swimming ain't it.
Pointing out that really the only one that loses out at that point is you. Because Copperson, Goratan, and myself aren't really magic users, so...
True,
Copperson
but
is.
Copperson loses his power because his power is given by the crown and the throne, and that is all gifted by Zivus. And not to mention the fact that you guys definitely still were seen taking the princess. You said you were taking her to the Empress, and if she doesn't show up at Canehorn, that means you guys are in a lot of trouble.
Well, yeah, but if the whole magic goes away thing happens, suddenly I think we become the least of the Empress's issue.
Well, suddenly you all become criminals of, and wanted people because now the Empire will fall because all the protections and enchantments will go away.
Mm-hmm.
Just fake your death.
Whether it will fall
Assuming
is
identity.
something that Joselle, I think, kind of argued last time, because they still have an entire army.
Yeah, there's validity to that, but the shadow falls, the
massive advantages that they've got right now.
All of magic, like magic items that aren't imbued by powers of the other gods or spirits, they lose all of their power, and all magic items that are created within the Empire are all created in the name of Zivus, so everything just goes mundane, basically.
Yeah,
okay, so then at this point I feel the need to point out that everybody should be on team Kill the Dragon, Stop the Ritual, otherwise we lose Flumpkin.
Fubkin is actually enchanted with spirit magic.
Well, then fuck this place.
Yeah,
fuck
he's
the
the
Empire.
only
Let it
If
die.
we don't defeat
Gorhan would be
and
the
I become the most powerful party member.
Hey, he can become king.
Suddenly I'm on Team Dragon. Let's do this.
It's that easy.
You have appeared here. You've had a split moment to prepare before the sky tears with the shrieking sound of a descending dragon. And Coverinth the Glittering Light, a gleaming, dazzling, golden serpent creature that is much larger than any dragon that you have seen, and much mightier, stronger, brighter, and difficult to look at, especially for those of you who have spent so long in the Empire. A monster, a behemoth, with the intelligence and wit of that only eons of existence can really gift. The wings beat down and descend as he sets himself in front of the ritual circle that is some yards beyond you all. Some of you have decided to take cover, some of you have not. And those who have not are immediately faced with the mighty creature that is poised to protect the focus of his kingdom, of the one shot that he has left to hold the forces of the Empire at bay at the sacrifice of his own magic, his own life force, and those of many of his culture, his people, his family. And, oh yeah, he's a big guy. Josal, you are first to act in initiative.
Well, shit. I guess just to be safe and get this done now, Josal will no, I'm going to go ahead and on my turn I will spend 10 key points as a bonus action to summon the arms, visage, and body of my astral self. So a spectral form comes over Josal. You've seen the mask, which is kind of a split of elephant on one side and elf on the other, the massive elephant arms that float by his shoulders, and now a full-on, just thick hide studded with kind of like very old-looking like bone spurs, like you'd see on like dire animals or something. That cost me 10 key points. Don't need those, it's fine. And for my action, I will I don't know whether to go around or whether to go just straight up to it. I'm going to use some of my movement to... Running straight at a... I don't even know what size category this dude is. Dragon. That's a smart plan, right?
Don't get yourself killed.
I'm just gonna spread out a little bit. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. It's as I am walking calmly up to him, since that is just a regular walk move, I will once again use my whatever the ability is that lets me speak to him directly into his mind so that only he can hear me. Word of the Spirit. I speak through my visage, and I just say, sorry to barge into your home. This very rude, but there are things that need to be taken care of, I suppose. I don't even really want to be here, but this must be done. And for my action, I guess I will attack. Because why not?
You could dodge.
I could dodge. Actually, I will just stand in the way over here and dodge. That's actually a smarter plan.
Okay.
But if I attack, I can try to stunning fist. Because I'm sure
A
he
dragon?
won't make that con save, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was planning on trip attacking him, so
Yeah, Okay.
Genius.
These are all very good choices. They're all very good choices.
Trip that boy.
I mean, Joseph, what do you want? You want to go up there, first act, and just stand in front of him? You just gonna wait?
Why can't we just talk to the dragon? Why can't
Oh?
we be friends?
You're approaching me?
All right, you're dodging. You're dodging, Ted? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. His legs extend and then are placed square to either side of it, and the long tail flicks behind him. And one eye blinks towards you, Josal. His jaw opens, and there is a hot white glow from inside of him, and at this proximity you can feel that boiling heat within the body. And he speaks and says, "You have all made a mistake in coming here. You should leave." And he is going to hold an attack.
I mean, he is not wrong.
Rezkar?
How tall is this wall?
I believe last week I said it was 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay. I'll move diagonally up in. I want to get up to the I'm right up on the side, and then curl over. I still have my greater invisibility. I don't think the dragon cares about that, but I think everything else cares about that. I level the staff at all these people in front of me, and they don't see it. But a wicked grin opens as my mouth spreads wide, sharp teeth exposed, and ice forms at the edge of the staff, and I'm going to blast a cone of cold. 60-foot cone. It's going to hit everything there.
Cool. Roll that damage for me.
You got it. That's 5 charges from the Staff of Power. It casts it at 5th level. And that should be... It's still... Yeah. That actually should be correct. I think the normal version is like some other amount of... Actually, I should verify that is actually the correct damage on it. Cone of Cold. 8. Okay, 8d8. It's... Oh yeah, it casts
I got
it
8d8, yep.
Yeah. That's correct. Sorry, it's the fireball and lightning that it does at upscale. This is the correct version. DC 21 con for 33 cold damage.
All right, this blast of white energy swarms and flakes and frost scorch the ground and instantly freeze and kill all of those people.
I am not revealed by the action due to my powerful enchantments, and I'll just slip invisibly back down behind the wall. I'll stay like at the upper, like on the high end of it, but definitely only like away from vision. I'm back down on the side of the wall.
Okay. Copperson?
Copperson will confidently strut towards the dragon. Say, I've been looking for the looking great in gold support group. Looks like I found the right place. How you doing?
I have been better.
Well, things are looking up. Copperson's here. That's my turn.
Okay. Goratan?
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and guess I'll just slowly approach the dragon. Cause that's my movement right there. And I don't. Well, you know what? Go ahead and throw a hand axe at it.
Cool. Is it,
Oh, there should not be a. It should just be a 20.
alright, that's a miss.
Awesome.
10 out of 10.
How many hand axes do I have? Enough to throw a second one.
That one hits.
Take that!
Hell yeah.
There is an audible like clatter as it hits these metal scales, and it just drops against the ground, but you see that it does the teeniest drop of water in the bucket amount of damage.
You have scuffed
10
his
beats
scales.
his chest.
Oh wait, no. You did not do any damage with that. Okay.
Oh, good. Never mind about the chest beating. I'll let him beat my
Oh, no,
chest in.
it's even
His-
more impressive
his-
if you do, I think.
Yeah, his head just kind of drops down, and he looks at the little axe, and then the head on the neck picks back up and looks at you.
Yeah, Gortan just roars and beats his chest and points at him.
Sylvie?
Well, how far can I move? I don't want to be right next to Gortan, so go up right up here.
Oops.
You threw an axe. You know, I'm actually pretty on board with your whole plan of stripping my mom of her powers. I was wondering if we could talk about that. Seeing as she's trying to kill me right now. And I think that is all I will do. I will hold my action to cast a spell if everything goes to hell and people start attacking each other. Besides Rezkar, I'm ignoring Rezkar. If the dragon attacks us, I will cast that spell. That is my turn.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, that's gonna go great. See?
Jeez.
It's gonna go great!
Woo!
Double ones.
Oh, hey, can I use that inspiration from the recap?
Yes, you can.
No, it can't be worse
oh,
than a one.
no!
Shit!
So bad!
Hey, welcome to the club, monkey! Doesn't it suck so much ass?
I'm more impressed by double ones and then double sixes. Like doubles on 2 rolls.
Charisma character BTW.
I was gonna say plus 11. Can I burn an inspiration? I think I have an inspiration.
If you've got one, you can use it.
I think I did the last recap, but I didn't actually write it down, so I don't know.
You did.
Then yeah, I'll go ahead and burn it.
Can I roll again, Sarah?
Yes, you can.
More than a 6.
No! It got worse!
Oh my god.
Can I luck point someone else's roll if it means I'm gonna die?
Sylvie, just throw that other hand axe at him.
Yeah, go pick up the hand axe and throw it at him.
Caphriel.
Alright, which one
ye-
of these mooks am I?
You are down here. You've heard what you know to
I didn't-
be.
If you pinged, I didn't see it.
Oh,
It
That
moved
help?
my screen, but did not. Oh. Alright.
you heard the warning call and alarms, and you have been waiting. And so you run down the steps from the interior castle within the mountain to this ritual platform, and see a string of frozen statues, a Covrinth perched in protecting the circle, and everyone and these others standing armed but unmoving.
From here, I'm going to call Cobrinth's name. Covrinth!
He turns his head only slightly, so that one eye is still very much on the creatures next, facing him.
You cannot do this, Covrinth. You will throw the world into a type of imbalance it has never seen, just to win a war.
Make a persuasion check. Okay. These guards move after seeing several of them just turn to ice into a slightly more defensive position, and arm themselves, ready to attack as necessary. Josal?
Alrighty.
Oh, Lily, could you actually describe the appearance of your character? I apologize.
Fantastic. I am a sort of bluish silver-skinned elf-looking person, with a gem set into my forehead and long ravenite hair that is turned kind of a blue-silver. Not by dye, though, in a kind of a strange, wispy, slightly translucent way. My skin almost looks kind of the same. And I wear these glamorous, very holy-looking robes that are in blue and white and silver, with these gorgeous shoulder pads that have little arcane symbols all over them. I very much look like a high priest or a holy person, or even borderline sapphic angelic.
All right. Josal.
Since it doesn't look like there's a fight actually starting yet.
What are you talking about? I threw those hand axes out.
Did these dudes do absolutely nothing?
They
They-
repositioned.
They
Okay.
repositioned and look like they're taking dodge action.
I would like to... Not that I have any idea what is going on behind this guy. 5, 10, 15, 20. How tall is the wall that he is beside?
It's that wall is taller than the other one by a good 10 feet, so 30.
30 feet, and he's probably at, what, 30? So basically, if I try to get behind him by running up and around that wall so that I can see what is going on back here at this ritual area better, not that I'll really have a great idea what's going on, but at least I can describe it to somebody who might, could I squeeze by him, basically?
You could, but you don't know how good of an idea that would be. He is big enough that you could move through his space, yes.
New plan. I would like to just perch on top of the wall. If I could just... pardon me, your majesty, eminence, pardon me, ruler of this land. I just need to go up here. Ah, that is... I have no idea what in the world I am looking at. And I will continue to dodge.
There is a very large stone tablet that is carved circularly and then marked with many arcane runes, obviously. And the center of it is a void. You know that beneath this precipice you're all standing on, there is some amount of solid earth, or there's the water underneath, but there is just darkness beyond, like in the center of the circle. And floating stones orbit very, very slowly. In a very particular pattern, they dance over this tablet. It doesn't look like it is, as it has been said, it is not completed, so it is not what appears to be active at all.
So the tablet is this entire area, not just like a small, like what I would think of as a tablet size, like, you know, like 10 inch by 6 inch or 11 by 7 or whatever.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. The dragon's wings extend very carefully and specifically to lift himself upwards, and the gust of wind nearly knocks all of you back as he moves straight up a ways and then lands here as a legendary action. And then the jaw opens and there is a gurgling and a boiling and then a hissing as he regurgitates a pillar of flame downwards. I need a dex save from Rezkar.
He's just doing that to me. Now I'm behind the wall. How does that affect me?
You will have advantage on this.
Okay.
Yep. And there will be some reduced damage because there is a wall behind you, but there's still going to be a lot of heat either way.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Dex save with advantage. 20. God, 23 feels really good. 23 feels good. I don't think it's good enough, but that's probably about the best I can get, really.
That's what you're sticking with?
Yep.
Okay. It is not quite good enough.
Yep.
Yeah. So you will take... Not great rolls. Hold on. Oh wait, let me just do... Apologize. Go. Okay, that's gonna be easier. I apologize. Okay. So you're going to take... Yeah, we'll just do it in half. It'll be easier that way. 31 points of fire damage.
Okay. I will pull as much as I can into the staff. It didn't populate it, but I'm casting Absorb Elements to cut that in half.
Mm-hmm.
So it was what?
30. It's a total of 31, and
31.
then halved again, so 15.
So 15. It doesn't lose my temp HP, so I don't even have to make a con check.
No,
Okay.
you still con checks, even if it hits only your temp.
I don't believe you do because it states specifically about like hit points. Is that,
I'm-
that's? I mean, that's the way I've seen like the game designers talk about it. But I will do whatever you want, Sarah.
I'll let you keep it. I think it's fine. And once the sound of the flames settles a little and the smoke drifts away, he turns his head back towards those of you down here and then stretches over the chasm and crawls back to his position here and says, "What is it that you think we're doing here?" And then it is Rezkar's turn.
Okay. I do need to make that con check. I did look at it.
Okay, cool.
So it would have been the 15. Do I have the thing? I do. Okay. Nailed it. 31.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, cool. And that's good to know going forward because I'm concentrating on stuff. Okay, cool. He blasted me and then flew back to where he was, yeah?
He didn't fly, but yeah, he patiently walked back, yeah.
Sure, okay, cool. This is an elevated platform, and this hole where the water is truly a hole down to the ocean below.
This is to a waterfall that falls into the ocean, which is farther south, farther down.
Okay. The stairs make this look like it is high, right? Up. So
these platforms are higher, yes.
Okay, so they would be over top of the water, not at the same level as the water.
All of the platforms are. It is a drop even from this low section here into the water.
Okay. Yikes. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with first plan. Zoom in to grab one of these. What can I get? Oh man, it's not super great. But it's not concentration, and that is what I need. Okay, I'm gonna cast a spell. Let's see. It's a point that I can see within range. Yeah, I'll peek up over the edge. Do I actually have vision from where I am into that location?
Up to yes. If you crawl back up on top of the wall, yes.
Yeah. So I'll crawl up so that way I can see that space. Make a few motions with my hand, point the staff, and I'm gonna that area by all those guards just starts pulling in any loose material into it, and just tries to suck all of them into a crushing gravity vortex. I'm gonna cast Gravity Sinkhole. So they need DC 21 con saves.
Okay.
Oh, that damage is not super good.
No, not really. Oh. One of them saves. And the one who saves does not get moved, correct?
Does not get moved. Will take the half damage, but everyone else will get popped in to the middle there. Since they all have failed, those three have all failed. I'm going to use Gravity Well to, as they get pulled towards, they get shifted up 5 feet and then drop. But I don't know that 5 feet affects anything.
Yeah, no. Okay. Is that it for your turn?
I will crawl back down behind the wall. I will use my movement to start moving. Where will I be? I'll move along the backside edge to get near this, like the big gate pillar.
Okay.
But that will be my turn. Yes, thank you.
All right. And with a rather irritated and exhausted look, Kovrinth looks down at the three of you guys again and just says, "One moment," and then picks himself up again in the same movement and then lands heavily just here. Copperson?
Copperson will try and look as casual as possible. He might even start whistling, and he's gonna walk forward as far as he can.
Okay. And then Gortan?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw the big boy just lay waste to this whole area over here where Rezkar was standing with that AoE. Do I need to roll something to figure out he was attacking Rezkar?
I don't think so. I
mean,
don't
you-
think so.
You knew I was over there when I turned in, like before I turned invisible. So like that's
Mhm.
the information you would have.
Yeah.
Okay, cause there are some cogs turning in my poor stupid boy's head about enemies of enemies being friends and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? He's just gonna kind of nonchalantly shuffle off this way to where he thinks Rezkar might be. That's it.
All right. And I'm sorry, Copperson. I moved on it. Were you planning on doing an action when you got up here?
Oh no.
Alright.
Actually, you know what? I think I will.
Okay. Is this an
And
attack?
a police baton appears above the. What'd you say? Here?
Stone tablet
Yeah. So it appears.
and a void.
Yeah, it just hovers above the tablet.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna do. Once he's made his way here, Kovrinth's claws extend from one hand. He doesn't even fully come through the archway, and swipes out at Rezkar. For a 35 to hit.
Yeah.
For 23 slashing damage.
Okay.
Is Rezkar still invisible or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's a dragon. So.
He's
Uh,
a
you
dragon.
Yeah, he said 23 damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He also may have other senses, like, blind sense, tremor sense.
Okay. 23 reduced by 6. 17 cut in half. So I just need to be 10, right? 10. You right?
10.
Yeah. I do that.
Okay.
You actually can't fail low ones.
Probably not. Probably not.
I mean, you have plus 11, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Sylvie.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to run away from home, and I feel like Copperson is really good, but a bit misguided and underappreciated. I did not think he would hit that thing. And then she just kind of shrugs. And I'll just stand here and watch what's going to happen.
Okay.
I haven't hit anything yet.
Correct.
Oh, did you just attempt to hit the tablet and fail?
No, he just summoned it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I saw the number and I thought it hit. Well, rephrase that then. Copperson is misguided, but he's a very good soldier, and maybe he would be more appreciated here than with my mom. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Caffriel?
I am going to begin while Corinth is busy meeting out some what is it the Valor calls it, compensatory violence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to this device, which I've probably never seen before, and see what I can make of it. I think what I'm gonna have to do that is teleport.
Okay.
Is this close enough to study it meaningfully?
It's close enough to look at it, yeah.
If not, I have 30 feet of movement.
Then in that case, you're all right.
All right, great.
What do you want to do?
I want to try and use my brain to figure out if this is the thing that I think it is. Because it very well could just be a big glowing tablet.
This is a place that you have been specifically forbidden from ever
I'm
getting to.
I'm entirely certain of that as well, yes.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that this is what I think it is. Which is to say, the device through which the ritual would be performed.
Yeah, I don't think you need to make a check to know that.
Alright, now that I'm satisfied with that, I am going to look over Copperson and say nothing.
Okay. These guys. Nope, there. Okay. Gravity sphere. What's our... Let's see.
Oh, it's not there.
Yep, okay. So they can move, right?
Yeah, it's a single time effect. Instant.
Gotcha. Instant. Okay. All right. Cool. Then Joselle, your turn.
Joselle will run down the wall, and I will have to dash to get there as I am walking.
You could drop down the wall. I think you've got enough.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Fall. Yeah.
Do the 3-point land with a forward roll. Come up running. That's still all my movement, though.
Anything else you're doing?
I will. Nope. As I am walking, I will once again speak just to him and say, if you don't mind my asking, what became of my student Hexeros? And that's it. I'll spend my action to dodge again.
You hear back.
But I don't give him the ability. I
Oh,
cannot.
okay. You're
give
just
him the
asking.
ability.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's how
This
that
is just
works.
me
Yep.
talking. This is not really telepathy.
Yeah. He says then out loud. He came He came to Trosha to find us only some weeks ago. And many knights saw this as an opportunity. And then his head goes around to Rezkar and bites at her for 32 to hit.
Yep, that hurt. That hurts and hits.
All right. That's a 31 piercing damage. You are grappled and restrained.
Okay. 31. I make my save.
Mm-hmm. And then he walks back this way with you in his teeth. And then it's your turn, Rezkar.
Okay. Does he have any physical items upon him in any way? Is he
No.
only a dragon?
He is only a dragon.
Okay. From as he was bringing me over here, and I've had time to survey the battlefield as I crept up on the wall from time to time. What is it that we see over here?
A void.
A void.
A void with circling, orbiting stones that have different lights, colors, marks on them. But the center of the tablet is nothing.
Okay. The center of the tablet is nothing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that sentence in the context.
There,
Does that mean-
the tablet, which is this big stone circle, there is a lack of anything at its center. It is a ring with a void in its center.
Oh, okay. That is the void. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that entire circle is the tablet is a big difference because I'm imagining a actual tablet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more like a
So-
mosaic.
Yeah. Well, it's all carved of one stone. That's why I said tablet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I understand that.
That would make
What I
sense.
understand what I'm seeing there better now. Okay. Well, I don't want to be in this thing's mouth now, do I? It's probably not the best place to be if you're gonna be in places. Although, then I can
Staff of power.
then I can be inside him. Well, see, I have I did think about that, but there's not a lot of charges left in the staff because I've been using it. I have concerns because I appear to be the only one doing anything about the problem of the dragon. So what I will do is he sees me. I'm gonna take my my staff. Just kind of tap him in his big eye because it does nothing, no damage at all in any way to him. Do I know Draconic? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I just say to him in common, "Hey Goldie, go fuck yourself." And I will disappear from his grasp. I'm gonna appear on what I visualize to be this portion, the edging of this area, and then crawl underneath the platform.
Okay. What spell are you using?
Oh, Dimension Door.
Gotcha.
Woof. That's a real spell right there.
Love that spell.
Yeah, so I am. Although I think he knows where I am anyway because he's a big dragon. Yep, that's my turn. No, I don't have any bonus actions I can do.
Okay. There is the sound of running steps as the tiefling in those heavy robes finally makes it down from the castle to the ritual room. She's breathing heavily and she's looking around and seems startled, fearful, and then suddenly very confused. What's happening? Copperson, it's your turn.
I turn to this blue elfin figure that has appeared in the room and is staring at me.
Oh,
Say,
there's one thing I did not mention because I left it kind of implied because I do that because I'm shitty. Just like a picture of perfection. Just like unnaturally perfect to the point where it's a little bit off-putting. Like a statue or something. Go on.
who, upon entering the room, was looking at me. I say, "What are you looking at?"
You?
I walk out towards the dragon and I say, "Hey, did I hear? Are you the one who took care of Hexeros? I gotta say thanks, man. That guy was riding me all day."
Not
And-
by my order, but I understand.
That's going to be my turn. I'm going to position myself so I can sort of keep an eye on what's going on in the tablet room, because I don't know what that is or what we're supposed to be doing in there. So I'm keeping an eye out.
Okay. We might be breaking initiative soon, but we're gonna hold for just a little while longer. Goratan, what are you doing?
Goratan is gonna finish climbing these stairs and see the tiefling lady. Just kind of do a little wave of,
Did you see a big spider lady around here?
No?
Okay, I guess she teleported something, I don't know. I thought she was over here. See ya.
and then he walks back down the stairs.
Alright. Sylvie?
We'll say, I guess, we're not really trying to pick a fight, maybe except for Rezkar, but Rezkar seems to be acting on their own a lot. And you can hear that Sylvie is just frustrated by that, and that's about it. I'm just gonna, I guess, move slightly closer away from these guards. Just, yeah, I don't want to be next to them. Thanks. And that's it.
This must be dealt with. And he creeps to the edge to stand here. And then he holds. Kafriel, do you do anything else?
I turn my attention from Hopperson back to the device, and my face twists in anguish and disgust, and I begin to quietly cry. Like a toddler having a tantrum. That's it.
Okay. Jozal?
Boy. Will position myself as much as I can between the dragon and be it.
The dragon lowers its head so it is near to you for a moment, Caphriel, and there is tears within its own eyes. And then he turns around so that he is facing this ledge and then dips his head below, and his head faces you, Rezkar, and says, "Victim of darkness, sole survivor. You have much to lose. Is this really what you want?" And then it's your turn, Rezkar.
Do I know anything about any specific capabilities of this entity? Like, people talk about it. It's our enemy. We have to have researched or known something, right?
Sure.
I have a specific question.
Mhm.
Do I know if he has the ability to counter magical effects?
Not specifically counter, but he is not only resistant, but his like steel shell, more or less, his scales, can deflect and even ricochet magic.
Yeah. Has there been like word in battle or anything like that of like people going to cast magic and he shuts it down, right? Can he counterspell is the question I'm asking.
Yes, I know. He is not a spell caster. He is magically blooded. Not like Vanya or Sylvie.
Okay. Alright. How long does this spell last? Okay, not very long. Okay, I'm gonna crawl up from my the edge where I am. I don't see Copperson. I don't see. Actually, I think from where I am, I don't see anyone except this elfish lady here. And okay,
Who is currently having a breakdown looking at a big device.
yep, I don't understand that. Okay. All right, sorry. I'm in the tank a little bit because of the current circumstances. So it's difficult to know what exact choice to make. Okay. Actually, I think okay. All right. I don't know that everyone. I think I've picked up bits of what everyone has been saying, and everyone has just been saying of making alignments with this creature. Okay. I'm thinking of Okay, all right. I'm going to skitter down underneath of the platform on the bottom. I'm going to look at my staff, look at my shield, stare up at the rock at the people that I thought to be allies, but have in this instance shown that they do not wish to be an ally with the Empress. And I will think about everything that's happened. I wish that I was the conduit for all of Zyvis's power, and I will be the greatest empress the world will ever see.
Okay. Make me a... Could you populate the spell? Because I want to make sure I got the number correct.
Yeah, it's 33% chance to never cast.
All right.
What do you want it to be 33 and under?
Yes.
Okay. It's 2.
Oh no.
I'm gonna attempt to counter that spell. I feel like
You can't. I'm invisible and you can't see
that's
me.
true. That's true. That's a good point. Okay, good on. I didn't want to, but it felt in character, so I'm glad I can't.
Okay.
That kicks ass. That's a dope wish.
You know, I'm glad that you got this off before someone else did.
To reiterate, everything Joselle has said has been only heard by the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't technically said anything.
We're like, is there a spider later up here?
I was gonna say.
I was just looking for my friend Rezkar. There's
Where's the
nothing
spider lady?
suspicious about that.
Nothing happens except Rezkar. You feel, as you did centuries ago, with your creation, your evolution, and the trials of ascension, you are ripped asunder and remade, and faced with an entity beyond comprehension, a gray haze that exists and glimmers and is dazzling to behold, and in no way a reflection of what you understood power to really be. It feels empty and cold, and then intoxicatingly warm and inviting. And you are now a sorcerer, a divine soul sorcerer. And we're gonna have to figure that out in a minute. As every particle of your body is remade to be the channel by which Zyvis interacts with this plane. It is different than anything else you have experienced ever, because you have only ever known the Empire, and it is much more peaceful than you had anticipated. And you find yourself in the same place that you were when you cast Wish, but your whole being has been remade. You feel different. And, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick.
Wish. All right, cool.
The tiefling runs over to the edge here and looks down at everyone and pushes her hair from her face and just says, "What is happening? What are you all doing here?" And I think we're going to, unless... Hold on. Just give me 1 second. You guys can respond to her if you'd like.
It's a long story.
Yeah, really, really complicated. Not really sure at this point.
There were some witches and other things, and
Since my visage lasts for 10 minutes, I'm assuming I still have that up. So I will once again answer so that only she can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
This is about to get awkward. And Joselle will say, "There is some confusion, student. We were sent here to stop this ritual, but I suspect that there is far more going on at this point than originally planned," which doesn't say much. There was no plan.
She links back with you in that creepy, weird, whispery way and says, "I understand." And then she begins making her way towards the stairs, unarmed and calmly. Okay. Copperson, anything special?
I guess Copperson's just gonna walk back into this ritual room and see what's going on.
Okay. Would you like to make a check to investigate or know what it is? Or
Oh,
you
there's
just-
a 0% chance that he's gonna know what it is, so there's no reason to make a check. He's just trying to gain any clues from the three, or well, he only sees 2 individuals that are in this room.
You feel a desire, but a very resistible desire to enter into that void. Gorotan, anything from you?
Gorotan's just gonna kind of try to go to where the people are concentrated. Very befuddled that he cannot find Rezkar anywhere.
Okay.
Hey, Josal, have you seen Rezkar? I think she bailed on us, man.
From over the mountain, a very little, comparatively, figure descends from the sky and sets himself on the archway here, looking down at all of you. Vanya's wings extend and then retract and fold, and he sits himself with legs hanging over, watching everybody. Sylvie?
I will turn to Gortan and say, Rezkar's probably here. The dragon is clearly chasing someone. And it's none of us, so she kind of gives you a shrug.
She is here. I can see her.
Unless you have true sight, like I'm
Which I
truly
do.
I'm truly underneath of the platform, so you need like X-ray vision, right? I'm not at that edge. I am underneath of the platform.
That's true, but he would have
I
like
do,
he
I would
would
say I
would have
do
seen
have
you
true
before.
sight, but if you're physically under it, that does not help me.
Yeah, I'm
but I-
physically behind cover from you.
But he
Yeah.
would have seen you earlier to know that you're still here somewhere.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely correct.
Yeah. Like, he is aware that you are still here. That's it.
Yep.
Hitch the goblin and his mech eventually make it down here, looking very confused and with more than enough fuses that he is trying to extinguish very quickly. Caffriel, anything?
No. No, I'm just stock still. Just like a weird water feature.
All right.
Crying.
Joselle?
Oh boy.
They are not. These knights are not moving aggressively. They are just coming down to see what is happening.
I wish I had a better idea of what was going on at this point. You seek to unmake magic simply to win this war, but that will not guarantee success, simply guarantee further suffering. What?
Is that it?
Yeah, I got.
All right.
nothing.
He picks himself up onto his hind legs and crawls over this wall and then moves to stand next to you. And then settles down onto all fours again and says, "It is not a wish to deprive this world of magic, nor of Zivus's influence. And it is not solely to end a war. It is to ease heart, to amend so many wrongs. Years and years. This has been something that we have been capable of some time. And it is only by seeing the suffering of the borderlands that we have been driven to this extreme. We all lose much by way of this ritual. However, your companion has changed the face of this war entirely. Depending on what it is that she does next, this ritual may need not take place. Rezkar, what would you like to do right now?
Do I, with the events that have occurred to me, do I gain any knowledge?
Yes.
Do I understand that if this this tablet and device and ritual, do I understand that it can still succeed at this point of locking Zivus's power away?
It could, but there is not. You certainly would have heard what Kovrinth was saying just a moment ago. Yeah, it is still capable of that. The reality that you have changed is that you have made yourself the Empress, and that has some other things that you're not going to be able to slay. That reflects the world in a way that you can't see yet because of where you are.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I would like to do. I have no idea what is possible. But what I would like to do is from where I am, place the head of my staff on the stone beneath me, which is on the bottom of this thing, and detonate the whole entire thing into nothingness.
All right. I think this is going to require the function of breaking the staff, and you would know that.
Okay, I break the staff.
All right, cool. Do you have that populated by? You have that in a box by chance?
Yep. The staff only has 10 charges in it currently, because I do use the staff.
All right. Let's see. Where do we have it?
It's starting in the center, retributive strike.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's get a dexterity saving throw from Copperson.
Do you need me to roll the 50-50 chance?
I do not.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Can you roll the, let's see, 16 times the number of charges. So how many charges are left, you said? 10?
10.
Okay. So 160. And let's see. So Copperson, you take 20 points of force damage as the tablet crumples and folds, pulls itself in, and then like a vacuum explodes outwards. And you happen to do enough damage to beat the threshold and destroy the because it, again, not fully constructed, and as quickly as you guys arrived in comparison to how long it was until completion, it is destroyed, unusable. And the sound of its shattering rattles the earth and echoes up through the mountain pass and causes everyone to shake.
Thank you.
Coverinth's head just turns towards the explosion and says quietly, "And we wait." Right, everyone, you are free to move and act for a minute until someone does something insane. And then we will roll initiative again.
What will we wait for?
Your friend.
Friend's a pretty strong word.
I have to agree with Goratan. Friend is a pretty strong word.
Person we came here with would probably be more accurate.
So we nods along with that.
What the hell just happened?
Vanya looks over his shoulder at you and says, "I believe your Arachne friend basically swallowed a fragment of the gods?"
Is that bad?
It could be.
Does that mean we have to kill her now?
I wouldn't say that necessarily. I think that's ultimately a choice that she's going to make.
Sylvie looks really disappointed at that answer. She was hoping for a yes.
Have we stopped this dumb ritual?
Would seem so. The ritual device seems to be no more.
Oh, that's what this was. Great. So we just got to get out of here and we're all done. Fantastic.
Sort of.
I'm not exactly sure I want to go home and die. Also,
I don't think you have anything to worry about that, dear.
Also, Copperson, you were seen dragging me away, and I don't know how you would be received at home right now.
Itch.
Hey, old bastard. He salutes you. With a nasty grin.
Yes.
He fails that so miserably, it's unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Stop! You violated the law.
His shit-eating grin is frozen to his face, and his two fingers are like half-cocked at his brow. Cool, alright, you attack. He's paralyzed, so it's a critical hit. Okay. Let me just get a whole bunch of math done real quick.
That's 20, 38, 49.
49.
Don't forget the modifiers only added one, so make sure you get
Yeah,
the
so
subtraction
it's
I did.
minus
right on that one.
5. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't add 8 because he's got the +5 from strength and the +3 from the weapon, so I just left out the 8 radiant.
Quick maths. Ted's got the quick maths.
So what was it, 49 you said?
49.
All right.
Wait, what are you doing?
This seems like a...
Is that adding the 10 damage for Great Weapon Master? It doesn't look like it is.
It doesn't look like it is. Hold on.
No, it's not. So that would actually be 59 on the first hit, and another 59 on the second hit.
Oh, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it.
You gonna smite?
Yeah, I just needed to see what spell slots I had.
Oh yeah, because all that'll be doubled.
Should we stop him?
There are 6 of the dragon's guards. That seems like their purview.
Okay. Yeah, there you go.
And do I need to do that again for the second hit?
If you're smiting twice, then yes.
Oh, hell yeah, I am. Fuck it.
He's appeared once and he makes your skin crawl. I love it.
Killed him once, I'll kill him again. That's everything.
All right, hold on. I think I've almost got it. see. Oh, I keep losing track.
It'd be so good if they had like a just total all button, you know.
Your smite rolls are so bad, like some of them. It's like a 1 and a 2, and a 2 and a 2, and I'm just crying on it internally.
Let's see, it's that one. Mm-hmm. Could just keep subtracting it mechanically, but that sucks. None. All right. Cool. All right. We do need to get the initiative order going back up. Real quick.
Who did that?
Whose
I
fault is
wonder.
this?
Why is everyone looking at Adam?
What? No, I'm looking at Copperson.
This thing actually would be closer to around here or something.
Just so you know, Sean, the stone is all in place still. You are not falling. You are not falling. You are in. You are held. It was only the tablet, the focus of your intent that was destroyed.
Okay, cool. I was just curious. I'm like, I don't know if I'm still. I could be falling, like destroying
Am I
the thing.
in danger?
I was like, I don't know where I am in time and space. So.
Correct.
And then I don't know if I'm still under the effect of my spell or not. If I've become visible.
Would you like to remain invisible?
Yes.
Then yes.
Sick.
That spell only lasts up to a minute. Has it been more than a minute?
It has.
If it has been more than a minute, which it technically hasn't by the initiative counter yet, because we've only cycled through maybe 4 or 5 turns thus far.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you think it's still running, then it might have like 30 seconds or something left on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of time left. Yeah,
Okay,
you're you're more than half done, I think. But
Okay.
yeah. Okay. We're just gonna get to over here, lean across the chasm a little bit, and try to grab Copperson in between the teeth. As a 34 hit you, dude.
Sure thing.
All right, you are grappled and restrained, and picked up and moved to over here. And Sylvie, up to you if you want to do anything.
Please don't bleed out. I'd rather Copperson not kill anyone. And I'll throw a healing word at. Oh wait, the thunder's not supposed to be there. It was for something else that I didn't uncheck. It's just a healing.
It's like when you forget sneak attack is on, you're trying to help someone.
Yeah.
Do that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I believe he sneak
really
attack
not.
healed me
Yeah.
the last
did?
Friday game.
Well, you got 6 health, but you lost 21 thanks to that.
Rezkar, would you like to make any movements, actions?
I don't know what the state of I don't believe I have allies on the field currently, because I was the only one attempting to fight the dragon, right? The problem that was in front of us. I would like to. Can I hear them from where I am?
Mostly, yes.
Mostly,
Words might be
yes.
hard to make out, but you can hear movement. You can hear if there's, you could hear that attack. You
Okay.
can hear like different voices.
Yeah. Do I have any way of healing myself?
As a divine soul sorcerer, yes.
Okay. If I know as a divine soul, I would certainly be able to have cure wounds. So do I have all my current spell slots as the time when like after Wish was cast, or like are things different now?
Keep what you've got.
Okay, so I don't regain anything lost from this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. In that case, I will heal myself. Okay. For 30. And what's your thing on using potions?
It is a full action.
Full action. Okay. Then I will heal myself there, and I will move a little bit closer around to still underneath the platform, just to try to see if I can hear what's happening. See if I can understand definitively who is with and who is against me.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Sure. 10. I'll use my luck on that.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
Just going in my inventory and deleting the Staff of Power.
I need everyone to whisper me to tell me what they would do if Rezkar were to reappear. And we will continue with initiative with that happening. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, you moved. If you have a bonus action, you would think about using.
I don't have any bonus actions. I mean, I wouldn't drop my invisibility from using Cure Wounds, but like if like narratively like you need it to drop, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Right. Kafriel, anything you're doing?
I think I'm saying a quiet prayer of thanks, and I am actually going to start walking back over towards Conference.
Okay.
As I pass underneath this, I'm going to yell up to Vanya. Did you see what happened?
Sort of. There's a change. And he leans forward so he's like almost hanging upside down a little from his position, and he says, "The darkness has moved. It is gone."
Alright. I'm going to continue saying my thankful prayer. I'm just going to stand here and wait for more shit to happen.
Okay. Goratan, any actions you're taking?
Nope, not yet.
Jozal, any actions you're taking?
I'd like to get Sylvia away from direct contact with the dragon if I could. Princess, if you will just back up slowly, just to be safe. But other than that, no. I will maintain my astral self. I should have just started casting astral projection. Peace, I'm out.
Okay. Copperson. What are you doing?
To this big old dragon fella, I'm saying, listen, your ritual's toast. You guys lost. So everything that happens from here on out has got nothing to do with you. And I will use my bonus action to separate my swords. I'm going to sort of walk around this dragon guy.
Oh, you are in his mouth. You are grappled and restrained.
Oh, then I'm going to say, put me down. This has nothing to do with you.
That's the case. He does not do that. What you have just said very much indicates that you are you are still a danger to someone he is considered an ally. I don't think Itch is going to be able to make the saving throw that's going to get him unfrozen.
Well, he's out of my range, so now it's just fear, I think. The only reason he was frozen is because he was in the 30-foot radius. So he might still be afraid of me.
Okay.
He was straight up paralyzed, I thought.
I thought
Yeah.
you cast
Yeah,
a
you did
person
hold
on
person,
him.
basically.
Yeah.
He needs to
Oh,
save
well,
that.
that's what happens when you rename your spells. You don't know what the fuck is what.
Yeah, you paralyzed him.
Great. Even better. Fuck him. Now put me down.
No. Okay. How we want to... Okay, are you going to try to escape?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics check. Nope. That will definitely not cut it.
Now I'm almost free.
Don't want to keep us in initiative, but we might need to stay in initiative for a little bit longer.
Okay, it's funny.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna drag you along a little bit. There we go. And then, Sylvie?
Like, how much do I want to help this guy? Not enough to anger Copperson by dispelling that, so... You got it, dude. I believe in you. And I'll draw a bardic inspiration
On
on the goblin.
On the Cool. Cool. Any actions you're taking?
No, I think I'll turn to Joselle and say, step away, from where? And she'll just move closer to Joselle. And wave to this tiefling.
She looks older than you, but you know, like, she's probably not actually, like, years older than you. She just looks aged. And her hand kind of slips from her robes a little bit, and she puts up a very timid wave. Rezkar, could you make me an insight check?
You got it. Insight. Please. It's a nat 1. I'll use my that feels a little you know what? I'm gonna stick with that because how would I really know?
Okay. You are beyond paranoid and fearful. You don't hear, really, besides the sound of Copperson's demanding to be set down, sounds of aggression.
Mm-hmm.
But that could mean anything.
Could mean anything.
Yeah.
But
As far as you can interpret it, the people you thought as allies are now making peace with your enemies.
Yeah. What spells do I have?
You have a lot available to you right now.
Okay. Um, do I know how to teleport? Like full teleport?
Yes.
Then I will teleport. I will teleport myself. Let's see. Oh boy, let me look at the spell to see what the jam is. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I think that makes sense. For to alleviate some of the dangers in teleport, do I know if there are any circles in the old empresses in my new castle?
Yes.
Then I will teleport to. I don't know. Is there more than one or just one?
Your familiarity with Canehorn, being in the position you were in, you know of at least two. One that would have been provided to the most trusted of advisors, and one that was provided for the Empress to appear to the dungeon and holding where you had been born.
Yeah. Okay. I go to the dungeon and holding one.
Okay. All right, you can do that.
Okay.
All right. Copperson, are you gonna keep fighting to try to get out of this restraint?
No, I've seen the error of my ways. It's safe to let me down now.
Make a deception check. If it meets, it beats. You're still held.
That's a really good roll too.
Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna do this. Are you going to try to break it? What's your spell save DC?
19.
19. Okay. That's the case. All right. Are you going to try to break out again on your next turn?
Nope.
You're just going to sit there?
Come on, seriously, put me down. I understand. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, break out of your jaws? Let's go. This is ridiculous.
Okay. On his next turn, Itch can break free of the restraint, and then scampers out of his mech and just starts. He starts moving away. He can't get that far. Copper Center, you're no longer fighting, yes?
Correct.
Okay. So after we're gonna break initiative. If you're not fighting and you are just being held, then cool. All right. So while our bot broke, Coverinth has just been holding Copperson like a like a mother cat holding a kitten, as Itch has fled into the castle and has been given substantial room to be let go, and then Copperson, you are set back down with one of Coverinth's claws set in front of you to block your path if you choose to run towards the stairs.
No, I'm all free and easy.
he doesn't move his foot, but he turns his attention towards everyone else. What is it that you plan to do now that the new Empress has fled?
No
New
Empress?
Empress?
The Arachne woman wished herself as the greatest and the current Empress of the Empire.
And
That's so fucking funny. I'm sorry.
do we know what she plans now?
Can you not rebuild the device and complete that ritual?
I will die before I see the device rebuilt.
Why?
Who are you?
You know
I
what?
was
Gortan
speaking
made a good
to
point.
the dragon.
I had something poignant to say, so I interrupted.
Well, who are you, and why would you not want the ritual to go through?
Caphriel, chosen of Zivus.
A saint after her own kind.
Are you saying Zivus is not inherently bad, just what my mother had done with it?
Zivus is an entity of power and gives power in kind. There is nothing inherently good or evil about that. But what one chooses to do with power can be another matter. So, what do we know about the new Empress and her plans?
She sucks. Like, majorly.
Then perhaps it would be wise to mount an offensive while she regains her footing. Being incorporated with the divine has to be an at least somewhat disorienting experience.
I mean, that sounds logical. And then she kind of looks at the dragon for his opinion.
Disorienting, at least. Who is this creature that has taken the divine throne?
I guess if no one else is gonna say anything, I'll go. Her name's Rezkar. She lives at my house, and she. Oh, man, what is she? She really doesn't even do anything. She just kind of hangs out and puts spiderwebs on all my furniture, and she's really mean and thinks she's smarter than everyone. Is any of this helpful?
I have
We-
only known Rezkar for a few days, so I'm afraid I cannot assist much.
I thought she was my friend once, but she seems more interested in her own desires than friendship.
Vanya scoffs.
What? I always thought she really worshipped my mother, but perhaps she only wanted power for herself.
Too bad you killed our dear Reverend. He might have had some insight.
I will have answers momentarily. I begin to perform commune as a ritual.
Okay.
If they will help you in your endeavors, I have his coat and his hat here. And I will give over the Reverend's coat and hat.
Vanya looks impressed that you have them.
I was not about to let the hags keep them.
Are you giving them to... Who are you giving them to?
Caffriel?
Okay. And let's
What?
get...
Will these help me in any way? Am I familiar with what these are?
Yeah.
They were
You've been
his,
here.
though.
Yeah. I don't know if this will give a mechanical help, but you know what these are. The hat is just a good looking hat, but the cloak is the coat is a cloak of protection, and spell resistance. Sorry, it is a cloak of spell resistance. It is not a cloak of protection.
I'm gonna put them both on just to try them out.
They're
And
a little bit big on you for
yeah,
sure.
they're probably considerably big on me. I haven't specified this character's size, but I was thinking like just a very small person.
Okay, yeah.
So
And
probably
he was
like the hat just falls down into the middle of my face.
Yeah, he was a big dude as well. So yeah, this is a lot. Could you populate the spell for me, and then everyone else can speak for a minute if they have more they'd like to be saying while this ritual is taking place. All right, nothing else from anybody?
I don't know what else. So what should we do now? Copperson, what do you think we should do now about Rezkar?
Looks like our work here is done. We should probably get home.
That might be difficult. You'd have to travel. Vanya can't take you anywhere.
Copperson, I'm not sure if Rezkar is very happy with us right now, or you, should you go home.
You said the darkness moved. What did you mean?
It looked, different. Didn't have focus. It was retreating, it looked like. Probably because it didn't have a command. Although that might be different now. And he begins to stand up, and the wings unfurl and snap out, and he takes to the skies for a moment, and returns about a minute later, and says, "There is certainly a difference in the skies." What are you? Are all of you displaced? I would assume that at least the Lord Consort now has nowhere else to go. Sylvie at least as well.
Yeah, me and Sylvie here probably don't have anything going on anymore. We're not welcome back, I'm sure.
Considering you told Rezkar to get off your couch many times, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I'm definitely screwed. I mean, And she's the one who ratted on you to the Empress in the first place, I'm 90% sure. So, she probably doesn't like you very much either right now.
Why would she do that?
'Cause she's the worst! Completely dishonorable.
Well, if there is something we can do to help, let us know.
I mean, I'd hate to, like, complain about someone crashing on my couch and then ask for somewhere to stay, so, like, I'll work. I'll work if that's what it takes for me to earn my keep here. But, yeah, I don't have anywhere to go.
Kovrinth nods. Vanya reports that the darkness is, like, the sky is different, and unfurling like a black carpet across the sky, and rolled against the very borders of the kingdom, of the Empire. Folks, what do you want to do?
Well, we're waiting for the ritual to see whatever happens with that, but
Okay.
also still waiting for Copperson to respond to Reskar probably doesn't want you back there. What are you gonna do?
I'll be fine, kid.
Sean, if you're good, we can talk about what you're doing.
I haven't gotten the spells yet. I'm still building the stats. The all the ASIs. I'm in that stage. But I tell you what I would be doing, right? I went down to the bottom layers, the deep, dark, dank places of Cairnhorn. I want to go to where the creatures are. I assume, like, in here, like, there are, like, dangerous things and creatures that, like, we keep.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to reach out whatever influence I have to the multitude of swarms and monsters and all the horrors that are in my domain, specifically here, but I don't know how far I can reach. And I want to call as many of them to me, but I will suffice with beginning here and like unlatching, opening, drawing forth, exerting my station on these things, and placing them to start just spreading out around the castle to mount a defense. That's what my immediate goals are.
And you are interacting with, let me be clear, like beasts and monsters, not humanoids.
I mean, I don't know what is here, right?
Mhm.
I think, like, in this place, it feels like this is like where the monsters are, right? But I would go around and, like, certainly, my intention is to try to gather as many forces to and, like, just like, if there's a crazy monster, it's like, that thing's crazy. If we let it loose, I let it loose. You know what I mean? I'll actually, maybe not fully let something. I don't know what I'm capable of, right? Yeah, my intention, to simplify it, is to influence as many things in my domain to defend the castle, the fort.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your appearance here is sudden and immediately responded to as if you have always held the title of Empress. There is no acknowledgement or word spoken of Yamone in any regard. And you can do that exact thing.
Oh God, are there like I want like statues to like dark statues to myself, like tapestries that just show me towering over everyone. It is a fully more evil place.
Yeah. When you pass through halls and happen to see like out windows as before you descend fully underground, there is traces of Yamone still, and the moment you have made this desire known, there is effort to destroy them.
Yeah.
But she is nowhere to be seen, and no one has even said her name.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Kafriel, your ritual is finished. What questions do you ask?
Does the new Empress wish harm upon me and mine?
And what is your intent when you say me and mine?
Primarily, myself and Conference and other creatures I know are deeply aligned with and important to Zivus.
Okay. All right, 1 second. Just getting you some accurate information. The answer is... You asked if she wishes harm, correct?
Yep.
Then the answer is yes.
I have a question, but I don't think I want to say it in front of other people. Do I have to ask these questions out loud?
I mean, you can be quiet about it, but it is
Yeah,
a
well,
verbal component. Let's see.
I'm gonna be real quiet about this. Would killing the Empress bestow her powers upon me?
No.
Great.
One more, right?
Yeah, I gotta think of a third question. Anyone have any questions they want me to ask? I'm crowdsourcing.
Should we strike now and try to kill the new Empress, or should we,
Ah,
that kind of thing?
Well, it's
I'm not
like
good at phrasing. Sorry.
the questions are
You hear
limited.
Sylvia.
The questions are limited omniscient. We couldn't probably get a very accurate answer to that question.
What's the best sub shop in Kanehorn?
I asked that
It's gotta
question.
be- it's
Oh
gotta
no,
be
that's a
yes
yes
or
or no. It's a yes or no. I was gonna ask it for you though.
That's okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you asking about the sub place?
I wish I could, but it's a yes or no question. Is the new Empress capable of death?
I mean, of
Of
dying?
of dying.
Yes.
All right, great. That's the 3 things I need to know. Let's go fucking murk this fool.
Right now?
Yeah, I turned to everyone.
Do
I believe
you-
we should kill the new Empress immediately.
Well, yes. Do you have a way to get there?
Fuck no. Dude, sorry. You lived in the Empire, in the castle. Do you know a way to get to get us to them?
I do not have the magic to get us there right at this moment. Perhaps tomorrow, but not right now.
Is there not another way?
I assume the fastest way would be to teleport
No,
ourselves there.
no, that's not what I meant.
A
Is
compromise.
the new Empress's death the only way, or must this...
The old Empress's death was the only way to restore balance to the world. The case has not changed.
I feel like her being dead's kind of like an ideal situation for a lot of us anyway. So like
This
even if it's not necessary.
This coincides with the will of Zivus.
Yeah, as much as I had problems with my mom, Rezkar, doing whatever she did to my mom and replaced her, yeah, I'm not too happy with that, so I'm with Goratown on this. Her out of the way is probably the best for all of us.
Then who, when she is gone, takes power, takes
I
charge?
mean,
Is she-
Copperson is part of the military. He should be fine, right?
No, that's not what I mean. The power will go somewhere. The power,
Power
she
will
usurped.
disperse to the earth, where it belongs.
Yeah, there hasn't always been like an empress, like there wasn't always someone who held all the power. So
In fact, it was recent, and it was catastrophic to the environment. And we need to right that wrong.
Well, yes, but also there will be a power vacuum if you kill the Empress. So I vote Copperson.
Is she... I'm sorry, is she really so unreasonable that this is the only way you see that this can be handled?
yes,
Zivus has told me that she wishes to destroy us.
Damn it, Logan.
I mean, Gortan said that she told my mom some stuff about me and then my mom tried to kill me.
Does he know
So-
that?
yes.
I trust my stepfather.
Vanya and company escaped from the castle. How was this accomplished?
Vanya stretches his arms and leans forward from his perch and just says, "With no small help from Sylvie."
I did absolutely nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. And she is staring at her feet.
Yeah, right. Absolutely nothing. He's grinning.
And
It
so,
was not it's not a complicated method of transportation. It's just one that is exhaustive. I am not where I would like to be, to a point where I could make that manifest again, and I will not be for some time.
Yeah, listen, it's been a long day for a lot of us. Perhaps get a good night's rest, deal with this in the morning.
every hour we wait is another hour she grows stronger.
That's why I asked if you had a method to travel, because I do not.
The gifts of Zivus are many. but I only speak will. I cannot make will manifest.
Great. So good night's rest it is.
If this is what you want, we can provide you all room.
Perhaps a gambit?
What do you have in mind?
As fast as we can get there, we will go. If we fail, or take too long for any reason, that could be it. Cutting off magic was not the solution, but there isn't an easy solution beyond that.
Well,
What exactly did the ritual that was taking place seem? What was it to accomplish? To kill the previous empress? To simply strip her of magic and return it to
Simplistically,
the earth? And he air quotes the last two words.
simplistically, yes. To bar the surface from contact with Zybus. It was not a perfect solution, but our resources have been exhausted. If you wish to rest, we can provide rest, but if you wish to travel, we have to go now.
Yeah, where's that room you were talking about?
Follow me. And she starts walking up the stairs this way.
should we talk about strategies and who's going and doing what?
I will move now.
And so we will chase after Copperson and the tiefling, whose name I still don't know.
Is that it?
Have you asked?
Nope.
Okay. She'll take you inside if you wish to go inside, but if everyone wishes to speak some more.
Come on, kid. We'll get him in the morning when we're fresh.
To wait is a
Disgusting.
folly.
What do you plan to do this evening then? Start walking? We can be there in
If
an
need
instant
be.
tomorrow. Then walk. We will meet you there. We will wait for you. Joseph walks off.
That's a real mic drop.
Vanya flies down and lands next to you, Caphriel, and says, "They can help." You should wait.
So many years of waiting.
We've all been waiting. And his wings extend and he flies off.
Well, I'm gonna go retire to my chambers, I guess.
Okay. You're taken into the inner mountain, which is well lit and beautiful, painted with the colors of the setting sun that many of you, several of you, have been born without ever seeing. And there are a lot of civilians within this castle, and then others who bear the sigils and the armor of the Cerulean Knights. And the accommodations you are brought to are comfortable, rather small, one bed per room. And the tiefling just says, I've only recently been set here as well. I'm just in this room over here. And she points down the hall a little and says, if you need anything, I can help you. And she retreats. You guys want to take a long rest? Do you want to talk some more? Try to figure out what you want to do?
Yeah, I kind of want to discuss things before we rest so I know what to prepare.
Okay.
But I don't know who's coming with us, and new elf lady went off on her own, so...
She has gone elsewhere, but that is only because her rooms are somewhere.
Somewhere else, yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't really discuss things with her.
Perhaps having Nadani here would help.
Yes. I don't suppose you know what kind of... Well, I don't know what Rezkar will have, but what do you think might be useful to any situation that could arise? I know that's really vague.
Without knowing what Rezkar's power has become now, it is impossible for me to say, I suppose. Not that the arcane is anything I am familiar with.
Do you wish to grab Nadani?
Yeah.
All right. You can like call back to her, and she returns. Sorry, is there something?
We are trying to plan for tomorrow and understand who will be a part of this assault. Could you, if she has not fully left this place and actually headed out yet, retrieve Kafriel and Vanya? They, I think, might have information we would find useful.
She nods and is gone for a few minutes before returning with them. Assuming Kafriel will follow.
Yeah.
All right.
She definitely finds me fucking like doing something angrily, just like cleaning very violently or something.
If you wish to help, you should come.
I just quietly nod and follow.
All right. They return. And you guys can all go into like a small room together, and get a little cozy because it's a lot of people in one room. Do you guys have any idea what you'd like to do? Besides, and he snaps his fingers and says, just showing up?
I mean, she looks at Gortan. Preferably kill Rezkar, but beyond that, we don't know what we'll be facing. Or what changes there will be when we arrive.
Why do you want to?
Is there a way, other than killing Rezkar, to return this energy back where it's supposed to go?
To steal it and diffuse it? An act which would be divine, otherwise impossible.
So
Well,
there's no way
I
to
would-
do that?
There was a ritual that would have killed the Empress and returned the power. The Empress is dead. We have a new Empress. Is there?
No,
Perhaps-
the ritual was not to kill the Empress. The ritual was to remove Zyvis's power in general.
Which is an
She would still
unacceptable
be
option.
alive. That wouldn't have killed my mother. The witches said my mother would still be alive should it be successful, just weakened.
I apologize. I misunderstood. Is there a way to simply return the energy to where it is supposed to be?
Nothing short of the act that put it where it is.
Which was?
A wish?
So the same magics that Rezkar used to take it could be used to return it to where it is supposed to go.
Correct.
But
In theory.
in theory, if we try that, is there anything that will prevent Rezkar from just wishing it back upon themselves?
We don't know.
It will be impossible to know.
Because
Wait,
it,
Then
wait,
if-
actually, I lied. Fuck. I have divine guidance. No, it won't. Give me like 11 minutes.
because in theory, I could just in the morning wish the power be moved from Rezkar and returned to the earth, but would that work?
She would
Even
still
if we
have.
kill Rezkar and return the power, what stops some other sorcerer from simply using the same magics that the Empress used?
It is a type of magic that is ancient and powerful. The type that few have the power to possess, or else the Empress would have been dethroned long before now.
It's all
But-
from that fountain.
The fountain is my following point. Even if we take it away, it will only be a matter of time with access to the fountain, to the wellspring, that she will rebuild the power that was stolen.
So the issue is the fountain must be destroyed.
The issue is twofold. The power is already taken, and it can be taken again.
But like, if we do the wish thing, doesn't that make the whole going there and chopping her head off and whatnot? Doesn't that make that a whole lot easier if she doesn't have all of the cosmic power or whatever?
Provided it's timed correctly. Probably.
There's also the possibility if she is truly Empress, she holds more than just the divine power associated. The political power, the influence. She is guarded, certainly. At its least. I don't... You're certain there is no reasoning with her? I have learned that patience can go many leagues.
I mean, that might be true for other people, but you haven't met Rezkar.
She was created by my mother. I thought merely to be loyal, but it appears she wants power more than anything. If what Gortan said was true, she would willing to give me up in exchange for power. Someone I thought was my friend. So I don't think there's reasoning with her.
Nadani looks at Josal.
I have not known Rezkar very long. I, like Sylvie, thought that there was something to their friendship. I don't know that we have any way of knowing for sure that Rezkar is the one who turned Sylvie in, given that the morning of the announcement by the Empress, Rezkar was the one that warned those of us at Fahir's house of the message. It's...
I mean, I heard the message because I was outside. I just chose to ignore it.
Yes. I just meant for those of us who hadn't heard it.
But Rezkar is... I'd like to say she's smart. Too smart to think or insist on me killing Vanya would change my mother's mind about killing me. We all know that my mother doesn't change her minds on those kind of things.
Your mother sent the two of us, and he motions to himself and to Goratan, our whole purpose on this trip. And in fact, my whole reason for being at the celebration was to keep you safe.
But that was before she decided she wanted me dead.
It was.
Yet to see her go back on her word once she makes that kind of decisions.
I still don't understand why the Empress did that, and unfortunately it doesn't seem like we shall be able to ask her anymore.
Actually, do we know if she's dead?
I could find out. If you'd like.
If that's not too much.
No, I can do it. If I'm to do this, though, I have opportunity to ask other questions, if you have any. 4, to be exact.
I guess you can ask what you were asking us. Can Rezkar be reasoned with?
She looks at everyone else if there's any other questions to ask.
Just for clarity, she's trying to contact and ask these questions of the previous Empress, right?
She's... Roll me insight.
Oh boy.
Okay. 1 second.
We need to know
My
how
passive
to quell.
insight is 20, if that...
Oh, yeah, that changes. Yeah, that changes everything. Okay. You have seen before in your time in the time that you've known Nadani, that you know that she is capable of communing with her own god. And in that way, she can speak to other spirits if she needs to, but directly she will be speaking to Atia, the god of death.
Oof.
We need to know how to quell the wellspring, so that our work is not undone.
She nods. Any others? All right. She goes to a spot on the ground that is not being particularly taken up. And she casts some wary eyes towards those of you from the Empire, but then her gaze just falls to the ground. She sits kneeling and then presses her palms to the earth, and shadow extends from her fingertips and spreads in a pool around her in a circle and crawls up her body, and her whole form shakes, and you can hear the sounds of exertion and see that she is sweating and crying for a moment, and she returns gasping and says, "The Empress is not above persuasion. The wellspring can be destroyed, but it takes the same effort that the ritual Covenant had prepared would also take the willing blood and offering of someone of Zivus. Was there another? There was one more question. There was, what was the first question?
Was my mother alive?
Yes, yeah. Yumone no longer exists out of memory of the living. Her spirit is with Atia, but her body is gone.
I will give Gortan a pat on the shoulder. Like, sorry you're a widow now.
You've been demoted too, it sounds like, if that's the case.
Out of character, do I know if I still have my magic now that my mother is gone?
You do, because your magic still comes from Zivus, technically. And with that bond to the surface still existing, you still have access to that magic.
Oh, that gives us options then. I don't know how one would... I don't suppose in your questioning, whoever you spoke to told us how we would be able to persuade Rezkar?
She demands servitude, loyalty, but she's also broken, abused, not unlike a an animal, true kindness might prove to go a long way, but I don't know.
You know,
That is not wisdom I was granted. That is only wisdom I have.
I thought I tried that, and I thought we were friends, but I don't know what else you would want from me to do. I told her things I thought I could have trusted her with as a friend and confident, but as for
You
the
don't
other,
know that she has betrayed you yet. We don't know for certain.
there was definitely plans that I've made and said, and it sounds like she was very much against those plans, and she kind of shiftily avoids eye contact. There might have been plans to free Vanya that night because the execution was supposed to be for the next day. And then constantly afterwards, she keeps telling me to kill Vanya when she knows that that is not something I wish to happen.
He smiles because he's in the room.
She kind of glares at him. But you said we could attempt a different ritual to get rid of the well springs?
Yes, if blood of Zivus, a creature devoted, willingly offers themselves to the wellspring, it will seal. In theory. There is a possibility that Atia did not give me an honest answer. But I feel that is an unlikely case.
Well, what do you think we should do then? You seem to be against us merely killing Rezkar. And we are, after all, just your guests here for now.
I understand what it is that this Rezkar might be experiencing. It is disorienting and frightening and lonely. Only the most sincerest compassion and patience has kept me alive. It is possible, as it is with all thinking creatures, that generosity, compassion, might sway them, and she is a creature that has known none of these things.
Is that something you're offering? Because I don't know what any of us, and she looks at the rest of the group, could do to offer that to Rezkar and for them to believe it coming from us.
I would, if none of you feel like you could, though I do not see that it would mean anything from me. Those that she has deemed close and has trusted, you have more sway over her than I ever could.
Well, see, that's the thing. Gortan thinks she is someone who just stays on our couch. She barely knows Copperson or Joselle, and she clearly doesn't value any of my opinion.
I think you might undersell exactly how highly she thinks of you.
I doubt it.
How to put this? I have spent Nadani here was one of my students, and gifted with magic that should have made her enemy to the Empire. But as one of my students, I could not, in good conscience, simply hand her over. And because of Nadani, I have spent 3 centuries living and aiding the Empire that burned my village to the ground, that killed everyone in it. I should want revenge. I should have tried to kill the Empress or taken similar revenge against any number of people important to her. But that doesn't solve anything. It would have only ended with more graves, more death. If Rezkar has been through something similar, we know that she is unlike anyone we have seen, and while her devotion to the Empress has been, until today, fairly strong, everyone has their breaking point. It is, if we wish to try, not too late perhaps, to bring Rezkar back from hers. I have the patience to try, but I don't know that I have the relationship. I don't have the basis. You and Goratan are the closest we have. If you are willing to try, I will continue to be there every step of the way. If you are not willing to try, then there is perhaps little the rest of us can do.
I mean, she never really liked me, so I don't think she'll listen. If it's me that tries to talk to her, maybe she'll listen to Sylvia, I don't know.
I am more worried about her even letting us live long enough to try to convince her.
I don't know, an
thinking-
apology can go a long way.
Without thinking we're trying to manipulate her. I mean, if the ritual works, I am willing to give up my magic for it. If it suffice.
It's more than your magic, it's an unraveling of your being.
And
The dragon was in fairly noticeable pain out there. I suspect that what's his name? Kavrinth was in the process of unraveling.
it's, you know, that's still fine. I mean, if Rezkar had not taken the power and we tried to stop the last ritual, we could have died. If I went back home, my mom would have killed me. It's all the same, isn't it?
I can't say. That seems like
I don't think it's the same, but if my father were unable to complete the ritual, I would have. It's a hard line to draw.
But in this case, your father wouldn't have to do that. That would not be great for your kingdom in the fallout of everything else. We would still need him to lead. I highly doubt you're ready to take over if he were to fall. Therefore, I would be the best choice, wouldn't I?
no. Forgive me, princess, but
I'm not a princess. My mom is gone. I mean,
forgive me, Sylvie, then. The other empire still stands. There are 2/3, I believe, of this land in that empire.
and
Someone
I'm sure
will need.
Copperson will do a wonderful job once
Thanks,
the
kid.
power has returned to the Earth and Rezkar is taken care of.
Do you genuinely believe that the people will want to follow Copperson?
To place a new
offense,
absolute ruler
Copperson.
would be suicide.
And sort of the antithesis of this conversation.
The goal is to redistribute power both socially and literally to the people.
Do you have a plan for that?
The people have
Yes.
lived under an empress for hundreds of years. The idea that this will be some social change that happens overnight by deposing the empress is infantile.
You imply I meant overnight?
I imply what you basically said. That is why we must still have a leader. Someone
A
who
leader.
can take charge of an empire that has looked to a single source of power for centuries. Let that person take control, and over time, divest of that power. But it
Sounds
must
like
be
he knows what he's
someone.
talking about.
Sounds like he could be a leader.
I do not have the time to be a leader. I know it doesn't seem like it with the climbing of walls and rolling and flipping, but I am in my twilight. That is why I took this mission in the first place. To not die in obsolescence. Sylvie is young.
And I do not want that responsibility at all.
Covranth is old and wise and has a wide council of trustees. Perhaps you would be comfortable giving power to him.
Which is why he has to stay alive, and he cannot be the one doing the ritual. If anything, it would be better for the kingdom to be absorbed into his.
The people of the Empire have looked at and been told that this dragon is their dreaded enemy for generations. There is little chance that Covranth taking over the Empire would not end poorly.
Well, perhaps you could be an advisor and we can have Gortan take over. He was formerly the Queen's consort.
I mean, as long as I've got a good support crew backing me up, I could probably do it. I'm not the smartest guy, but you know, if I've got people who want to point me in the right direction, I'm willing to listen.
And he's still young, so you don't have to worry about that part. And she pats Jose out on the arms.
Would it not be just to let the people pick their own ruler?
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're not ready for that right, like, immediately, you know? They don't all, like, have someone in mind for that position.
I think the problem with that would be there would be a power vacuum, and whoever is the strongest or most vicious will climb their way to the top. It won't quite solve the problem of them getting out of the situation they're in.
There are deep-rooted social and psychological issues that will need to be addressed before the entirety of the region can go back to peace. But what does that have to do with our current mission?
Well, like I said, I am willing to do the ritual, but they don't think I should because there's still an issue of what happens afterwards.
And they think... You think that you should be able to give your life?
I feel like I would be the better option unless you wish to do so yourself.
Oh, that's not a problem. I've got that one covered.
I wasn't talking to you, and she looks at me.
Yeah, I know.
You shut the fuck up.
Well, no, didn't you say
Did I fucking ask you?
No, but don't you worship a different god?
No. My
I thought
power
she
comes
was
from Zivus like yours.
That's
I thought she was
that's Vanya's voice.
communing. Oh, sorry, I can't tell the
Yeah.
voice.
That's
I thought
fine.
that was the tiefling.
My throat's fallen.
I don't think that's a good idea, but you have more to lose than I do.
Goratan puts a hand on Sylvie's shoulder and says, "Sylvie, I've lost everything in the past, week. I don't want to lose you too."
You'll be fine. You'll still have your friend, Pumpkins? Pumpkins?
It's a stuffed toy, Sylvie. It's not the same thing.
If need be, my life I will give for Zivus. This is not a conversation that I thought I needed to have, given I gesture at myself.
Should we talk to whatever council you have and what they think is best?
I think it doesn't matter what they think is best. Because I have already made my decision.
But like I said, I am willing to go that route as well. So I think they should have
You
a
have family that care about you. You are not a hero. Neither am I.
Joselle won't be around for much longer, no offense. But like you said, you won't be here for much longer. There won't be much mourning for you to do. Gordon, I'm sure you'll be fine.
There is still an empire that will miss you, that
Will they
notice
remember me?
you are gone.
And she looks at the tiefling, didn't she said my mother was essentially erased? Does my existence still mean anything? Or
Her physical body was erased. People
Her-
can still remember.
Her memory exists, but it will not outlive this generation.
and then there's also the fact that she wanted me dead before she just magically disappeared. I don't know how much trust that would.
Would you like to
the
truly spite your mother?
Right now, no. Right now, I'm trying to spite Rezkar, who got rid of my mother that I didn't get to properly spite.
The greatest
kid.
way. Go ahead.
We'll remember you. And we'd like to remember you're going out fighting.
See, this is the best way to go out fighting. Versus going in there and dying and not succeeding.
No. Dropping your blood into some bucket. That's not fighting. Fighting is facing your enemy in the eye.
But they don't want to kill Rezkar.
I do.
Because that doesn't solve anything.
If you would
I'm
like
sorry.
to spite both Rezkar and your mother,
Then I should kill Rezkar?
become a leader
I'm not going
People
to become
love-
a leader.
more than either of them.
I don't want any of that. You know, Rezkar and I used to talk that if something were to happen to my mother and I would come into power, I would just pass it on to her because I do not want to be a leader.
That explains so much of that relationship. Jeez.
And clearly she was probably only my friend because I offered that to her.
Yeah, she's the worst.
Well, look, I think y'all are putting the cart before the horse. Any plan that you've talked about requires removing Rezkar from power.
Thank you.
That's-
Finally.
That's step one. Let's get that done. We'll figure the rest out afterwards.
You are the only one that speaks sense.
Question that we have been trying to ascertain or trying to resolve is by what method? That's the question. We all understand that Rezkar is the first obstacle.
That's
Do
why
we simply show up and murder her? Do we attempt to
Yes.
To destroy
walk
the vessel
down
would
the power?
be the quickest and easiest way to resolve this problem.
It seems to me the quickest and easiest way to resolve the problem would have been to simply let the dragon finish his ritual.
A solution that causes more problems than solutions.
that's why we were talking about a secondary ritual that would release the power, therefore making taking out Rezkar much easier for anyone else going in.
Are you capable of such magic?
Did we not just have this whole argument?
You know what? I'm not capable of anything until the morning. Where's my room?
Yes, it's time that we retired. We should talk more tomorrow.
Is there a bathroom in any of these rooms?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to fill the tub out with water and I will sleep in it.
Okay.
If everyone is leaving, that is.
Yeah, it's time to call it, so we'll have you all take your long rest